Back to the action here on Hangout. LeBron James and his hairline took the night off, but Kyrie Irving was working at Quicken Loans Arena. The team that reps the mistake by the lake was on fire thanks to their point guard, Kyrie Irving. 11 of 19 from three, but it was LaMarcus Aldridge doing the work for Portland. There you see him in his favorite place on earth, the extended elbow area. 38 points after refusing to go through surgery. But this was the story of the game. If he wasn't dropping threes, he was hitting floaters, and this is a game winner over the long arms of the law, or Nick Batum. And there you have it, the long-awaited LeBron James dance-off to wrap things up in Cleveland. The Cavaliers are rolling. That's 8 straight wins. That's the first game in the last 9, I believe. They didn't get to 100 points, almost. But quick shout out to Kyrie Irving. He mailed me a pair of the Black History Month edition Kyrie. You know, we cool like that. But let's just get into it first off. Have the Cleveland Cavaliers found their identity, Tony McIntyre?
I definitely think they're starting to. I think you know, they're learning to play with each other. I think they're learning their roles.
What was the key? Because I myself personally, I didn't think that Kyrie could dribble as much as he wants to and play with LeBron because LeBron needs the ball. So what did you think was the key that turned the tide?
I think just understanding where, you know, Kyrie realizes that he can't do it all by himself, and then, you know, he could take some time off and LeBron could do it, and they're learning to share the ball. And I think they just had too many pieces that all wanted to do things individually, and they're learning that collectively as a unit, they're a lot better now.
12, what was it? Was it LeBron taking that time off? Did David Blatt get a chance to finally implement some things the other guys
I don't even know if it's any of that. Like, same situation in Miami with the big three when it started. It's time. You want gel, you want cohesion, you got to give it time.
But it wasn't this bad in Miami.
It wasn't, but you had more seasoned players.
Absolutely.
These are kids
Yes.
with like a vet like LeBron just coming in.
Yeah.
Everybody's like all over the place. So you give them half a season, they'll start to get it. They're a playoff team regardless.
Okay. I think the coach is a big thing as well. I mean, they had to adjust to a new coach, whole new players, new staff.
Yeah. And the coach, Roy Rana, had to adjust to a new league because he had never coached in the NBA before.
Yeah, but
is David Blatt off the hot seat?
I'm not even going to talk about David Blatt. I think David.
Your show.
I think David Griffin needs to get some credit here because I think what's changed his team is Timothy Mozgov and J.R. Smith. Timofey Mozgov. Yes. I mean, you know, everybody talked about them not having rim protection. They have it now. Talked a little bit about their lack of perimeter shooting. They have it now. Tristan Thompson coming off the bench, dominant, just kind of, you know, changing things, mucking it up, pounding the offensive glass. They fit much better together now, and I think they're really dangerous. LeBron playing downhill again. I mean, they're a scary, scary team right now.
I will say one thing, though. The way they look now, they look great, and they really wasted an opportunity trading away Andrew Wiggins because Kevin Love is not pitching in with that group, and he's not fitting in, and you squandered it. Okay, let's move forward now. We're going to throw something up on the TV screen. These are words spoken by the enigma that is J.R. Smith, and basically he's stating that there's nothing to do in Cleveland. I'm better now because I can't really party in Cleveland. And he went on to say that the only thing you can really do in Cleveland is play video games and focus on basketball. Is this what it takes to get the best out of J.R. Smith 12? The enigma that is.
Yes, for sure. You got to take away the distractions.
Now, okay, can I just say one thing? Did he just talk himself out of a contract offer from L.A., Miami, New York? Because basically what he went out there and said is, if it's a half-decent or interesting city, I'd rather be doing anything else other than playing basketball. Coach, how do you do
I mean, I mean, he's an interesting character. Always has been. But you know what? And nobody will care as long as he keeps making shots. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, so does a comment like that hurt his situation in Cleveland, Tony McIntyre, or do they already understand who this guy is? He's going to go off at the mouth. He'll be weird.
I think that's who he is. I think they understand it, and I think, you know, I think it adds some dynamic and takes some pressure off LeBron and Kyrie, and it's just another focal point that can, you know, be spread about in there, and it's not all about LeBron or all about Kyrie. It's about everyone now. Okay,
Coach, let me throw this one at you. What side of the ball is a bigger concern for this Cleveland Cavaliers team? Because over the stretch with these last 8 straight wins, they were scoring a lot, 100 points a game for 7 straight games during that stretch. But also, Tony McIntyre touched on it, having Timofey Mozgov on the back end of that defense, especially with Anderson out, he's a bigger guy than they had before. Which side do you think is the bigger concern for David Blatt right now?
No, I still think it's defense. They're going to have to become a better defensive team if they want to have a legitimate shot at winning it all. I mean, they've got enough talent. You know, Kyrie showed it last night, put up 55 by himself. They've got enough talent on the offensive end. They're going to have to continue to tighten up defensively for them to have a chance.
12, you agree or disagree?
Definitely.
It's defense.
It's defense for sure, because the points will come. They have enough.
Especially with the roster you got.
With the roster you got Love, you got LeBron, you got J.R. Smith, and that's Swish. So, like, it's the defense for sure.
All right. Now, Tony, how difficult do you think it is for a first-year NBA coach, like first time in the league at all, to coach a guy who is the USA Basketball Player of the Year and an MVP candidate, two of the biggest names in the game?
Well, I mean, for him, I think as long as he understood, and I think when he got LeBron's vote of confidence and bought in, I think it made things a lot easier for him. You know, if I was going to coach in the NBA, I'd want to start with that. It's better than starting at the bottom.
It's better than being the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Absolutely.
Okay, now let's get into this, though, because this is a big deal for me. LaMarcus Aldridge refusing to shut himself down and go through surgery on his wrist, sticking it out because these Portland Trail Blazers have a shot at really making some noise in the playoffs. First off, are you in agreement, Tony, with him choosing not to take surgery?
I mean, I think that's a player's decision. He thinks he could play with it. He showed that he's capable of doing that, and I'm all for it if it's for the benefit of the team and he's comfortable with it and he's comfortable within that team environment to do that.
Speaking of team environment, though, the Portland Trail Blazers, 12th and Roy Rana, have a really bad history of big men and injuries.
Oh,
so
in
any way, shape, or form, does that bother you guys?
No, I'd say no. I'd say no because I think what you're seeing is the maturity of LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
He's making a decision to see, you know, he understands they have a window of opportunity. That doesn't always happen. I mean, you look what's happening with OKC right now. So, you know, he's chosen to play it out and see how it goes, and you got to respect that.
Got to respect that, definitely. Quickly, we got to go to break.
It's like Isaiah, man. If you can play, play.
If you can play, play. I like it. Very wise words from a wise man. Listen, still more to come here on The Hangout. We got to talk about the All-Star Dunk Competition and the All-Star Reserves. Shouts out to your man, Jeff Teague. I bet any amount of money he will be on the floor come time for Manhattan's All-Star turn. We'll be back with more, breaking down everything you need to know about the game that is NBA basketball on Hangout.